The distress signal came from a dead mining moon, way out beyond regulated space. KX-917. The report was weird. No atmosphere storms, no signs of pirates, and absolutely no survivors. That last part, that's what made it all wrong? It's why they sent me, Alan Purple. I was the guy they sent when they knew no one else could make it back. My violet skin, it's not just for show. It's packed with adaptive cells that can soak up radiation, handle insane pressure, and process pain in ways a normal human body just folds under. The corporation, my employer, they didn't call me a soldier. They had a much more honest term for me, expendable. So there I was, stepping onto the surface of KX-917. The place was dead silent. Huge mining tunnels were carved into the obsidian rock of the moon, looking like open veins. The air, or lack thereof, was still. My suit's thermal scans picked up movement almost immediately. It was fast, deliberate, and undeniably intelligent. And it wasn't human. I felt it in my gut, a primal instinct screaming at me. There was something else here, something that didn't think like prey. It thought only in calculations. A cold, detached intelligence was hunting me. The first corpse I found confirmed my worst fears. It was a miner, or what was left of one. The body had been skinned with surgical precision, and the bones were stacked neatly right beside it. There was no blood splatter, no signs of a struggle. This wasn't a kill, it was a ritual, a message. I whispered into the silence of my helmet. "You're not the apex predator here." And then, a reply. A low-frequency click echoed through the tunnels, a sound that was both a challenge and a promise. I didn't have to wait long. The creature revealed itself only when it wanted to, stepping out of the shadows. It was massive, easily 8 feet tall, standing on powerful digitigrade legs. Its armor wasn't worn. It was grown, a part of its very being. It had a cloaking field that bent light around it, making it look like a shimmer of broken glass. And its eyes, they glowed with a sickly amber light, and they were fixed on me with a look of professional curiosity. This was no mindless beast. This was a collector. It spoke, its voice a synthesized rasp coming from a translator it must have ripped from another victim. "Violet one," it said. Rare, worthy. The hunt, I realized, was ceremonial for this thing. It gave me a head start, a chance to run. That was its first mistake. I knew I couldn't outfight it head on. So I decided to turn the tables. I made my way to the central power grid and severed the main lines, plunging the entire network of tunnels into absolute darkness. For the creature, this was just an inconvenience. For me, it was home field advantage. My species, we see beyond the visible spectrum. Ultraviolet, gamma flickers, the tiny bioelectric traces left by living things. The dark was my ally. I watched the predator stalk through the tunnels, confident and patient, completely unaware that its prey could now see it perfectly. I started setting traps. I used collapsed gravity anchors as deadfalls, rigging them to trigger with the slightest pressure. I rerouted mining lasers, turning narrow corridors into inescapable corridors of death. I even used my own body as a weapon. I cut my arm and smeared my blood on the walls. My violet blood is unique. When it hits oxygen, it burns like acid. I was turning its hunting ground into my personal minefield, but this thing, it was smart. It adapted. Every trap I set, it learned from. It always adapted. The inevitable confrontation came in a massive cavern. It struck with the force of a meteor, and the impact shattered the stone around me. I felt ribs break, the sharp agony telling me organs had ruptured. But for me, pain is just information. It tells me what's broken and how to compensate. As it raised its arm for the final blow, I moved. I grabbed its wrist mid-strike, my grip like iron. Then I did the one thing it couldn't have predicted. I overloaded my own cellular core. A detonation of pure purple light erupted from my body. We both lay broken in the ruins of the cavern. The predator's bioarmor was cracked, and a luminescent golden fluid, its blood, was leaking from the wounds. With a faint click, it activated a self-destruct device embedded in its chest. A final, honorable death. I crawled towards it, my body a wreck. "You came for a trophy," I managed to say, my voice wet with my own blood. "You found a war." The creature made a series of clicks, a sound that I could only interpret as laughter. Its translator crackled to life one last time. Then, I remembered. It expected me to lie there and accept my fate alongside it. But I wasn't just any prey. I reached out, tore the device from its chest, and crushed it in my hands. The explosion was immense, and I let it consume me, a final act of defiance. Back at the corporation, they simply marked the file for KX917 as cleared. No body was recovered. I was just another expendable asset written off. But the story didn't end there. Weeks later, another clan of these predators came to the moon, searching for their lost hunter. In the ruins of that cavern, they found what they were looking for. Their hunter's skull, mounted on a spike of obsidian stone. And burned into the bone was a single handprint, a handprint of violet ash. Among their kind, a new legend was born, a new rule carved into their ancient traditions. Never hunt the purple one. Because they learned that day that some prey, when pushed far enough, learns how to hunt back. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the edge of space. See you next time.